In this video, I'm going to show you 5 iRacing secrets that instantly make you faster. If you've been grinding iRacing for hours, watching tutorials, practicing laps, and still feel like you're stuck at the same place, you're not alone. Most drivers think they need more raw skill or practice time, but in reality, speed in iRacing comes from small adjustments that have nothing to do with how aggressively you drive, and everything to do with how you think, react, and manage yourself behind the wheel. Today I'm breaking down 5 overlooked secrets that instantly make you more consistent, more controlled, and yes, faster. So let's get right to it. At number 5 we have breathe. This one sounds too simple to matter, but it's one of the biggest hidden performance killers in sim racing. When things get intense, such as side-by-side battles, tricky corners, and qualifying laps, your body will naturally tighten up, and most drivers don't even notice it. You're gonna start holding your breath through corners, tensing your shoulders, you'll be gripping the wheel harder than needed, and you're gonna be over-focusing on every single input. And what happens after that? You don't get physically stiff, but you also get mentally stiff too. Your reactions become less smooth, inputs become more abrupt, and your consistency drops. But the fix is pretty simple, but powerful. So on every back straight or low pressure section of the lap, reset your breathing. You need to take a nice long breath, in and out, and fully exhale. The key isn't just breathing, it's resetting your nervous system during the lap. Think of it like clearing RAM in a computer. You're giving your brain and a body a nice fresh start before the next braking zone. A relaxed driver doesn't just feel better, they're objectively more precise. Number 4, we got stop gripping the wheel so hard. This is something every new and even intermediate iRacer does without realizing it. When you're trying to go fast, your instinct is to control everything tightly, so you grip the wheel harder. But here's the problem. The car in iRacing is constantly communicating through force feedback. It's telling you when the grip is fading, when the weight is shifting, and when the tires are loading up. If your hands are locked in a vice, you lose all your sensitivity. Even worse, you start overreacting because you're not feeling changes early enough. A better approach is controlled looseness. Not sloppy, not lazy, but controlled. You want your grip to be firm enough to be stable, loose enough to feel feedback, and relaxed enough to allow micro adjustments. Think of it like holding a live animal. You don't crush it, but you also don't let it escape. And there's another benefit that people don't talk about. Less grip tension equals less fatigue equals more consistency over long stints. In endurance races especially, this alone can be the difference between strong pace and falling off a cliff. At number 3, we got check yourself with data. One of the biggest traps in sim racing is trusting how fast you feel instead of how fast you actually are. You might come out of a lap thinking, that felt pretty good. Compare telemetry, you realize you braked slightly earlier, you missed minimum speed in key corners, and you got on throttle half a second too late. And that adds up to tenths or even seconds per lap. And this is where data becomes your best friend. Tools like Garage61, Z1 Analyzer, and Track Titan basically show you the truth of your driving. Instead of guessing where you're losing time, you can literally see braking traces compared to faster drivers, throttle application differences, corner speed deltas, racing line deviations, and more. And this is important. Don't just look at where you're slower, and ask why you're slower. Are you braking too early because you lack confidence? Are you missing apex speed because of your poor entry setup? Are you overdriving exits and scrubbing speed? This is where real improvement happens. If you want, I got a full breakdown on Garage61 in the description below, and a card up top that walks through how to actually use telemetry without getting overwhelmed. At number 2, I got touching grass. Sim racing has a weird effect on people. It's fun, competitive, and addictive, but it also quietly drains your mental energy faster than you realize. And when you start getting tired, your driving doesn't just get worse, it gets messier. You miss brake points, your lap times are inconsistent, you get frustrated over small mistakes, and you start doing revenge driving after it crashes. At that point, more practice doesn't help, it actually makes things worse. You don't improve when you're burnt out, you just reinforce bad habits. So you need to take intentional breaks. And no, that doesn't mean you get to quit early, it just means you gotta reset your brain. So go outside for a walk, eat something good, stretch your hands and shoulders, and step away from the rig completely for a bit. Even 10 or 20 minutes away from the rig can reset your focus more than another 30 laps ever could. And here's another practical tip. Set a timer for your sessions and track where your performance starts dropping. That's your personal mental limit. Then structure your practice around that window and slowly improve it over time. Think of it like endurance training and not just driving practice, because in long races, mental fatigue is just as important as your driving skill. So the last thing on my list is to mix it up. One of the fastest way to plateau in iRacing is only to drive one car, one series, and one type of track. It feels comfortable, but it limits your growth. Different cars teach completely different skills. GT3 cars will teach you more racecraft, tire management, and consistency. Formula cars will teach you precision, braking discipline, and timing. And slower cars like the Miata or the GR86 will definitely teach you more about momentum, flow, and patience through corners. If you only ever drive one category, you will only ever develop one set of habits. Even in real-world racing, drivers avoid this trap. Take someone like Max, an F1 world champion who still races regularly in GT3 and also in F1. Why? Because switching discipline forces him to adapt. It keeps his reflexes sharp and exposes weaknesses that he wouldn't notice otherwise. And here's something interesting. A lot of drivers discover that their best pace is not even in their main car, and it's something that they barely tried. So don't be afraid to experiment. Try different cars, different tire models, different track types, and even different driving styles. Every time you switch, you're building a more complete skill set. So my final thoughts. So getting faster in iRacing isn't just about pushing hard on every lap. In fact, most of the time, that's exactly what's holding you back. So real improvement comes from relaxation under pressure, feeling the car instead of fighting it, using data instead of guessing, managing your mental energy, and expanding your driving experience. Speed isn't something you force, it's something that shows up when everything else is under control. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. Peace.